At the end of this module, you will be able to understand to construct angular bisector for a given angle, to construct perpendicular bisector of a given line segment, to construct an angle with a measure of 60 degrees, to construct an angle with a measure of 30 degrees, conditions for the construction of quadrilaterals. In your earlier classes, you have learnt that 3 measurements were enough to draw a triangle. That is, a triangle can be drawn when all the 3 sides are given, or when 2 sides and an angle is given, or if 2 angles and 1 side is given. Now let us see if we can draw a unique 4-sided figure, that is, a quadrilateral, with the help of 4 formed with 4 measurements. Now if we slightly push along the breadth of the rectangle, we get a new shape as shown. That is, the rectangle has become a parallelogram with the same measurements. Now if we slightly push it in different directions, we again get a parallelogram. Let us take a stick of length 6 centimeters. Take 4 sticks of the same length and join them. What figure can be framed? We find that it is a square. When we push this along any one of the sides, as we did for the rectangle, we get a new figure called as the rhombus. So we find that 4 measurements cannot determine a unique quadrilateral. Now let us see if 5 measurements can determine a figure uniquely. You have constructed a rectangle A, B, C, D with 2 pair of sticks, each of length 10 centimeters, and other 2 sticks, each of length 8 centimeters. Now introduce another stick of length equal to BD and place it along BD. That is, there is no other quadrilateral with the given lengths of sides possible now. Thus we observe that 5 measurements can determine a quadrilateral uniquely. Thus, a quadrilateral can be constructed when the following conditions are satisfied: when 4 sides and 1 diagonal are given, when 2 diagonals and 3 sides are given, when 2 adjacent sides and 3 angles are given, when 3 sides and 2 included angles are given, when other special properties are known. Quadrilaterals and their properties. Let us see some properties of quadrilaterals. Parallelograms are quadrilaterals with 2 pairs of parallel sides. Rectangles are parallelograms with 4 right angles. A rhombus is a parallelogram with 4 equal sides. A square is a rhombus with 4 right angles. A trapezium is a quadrilateral with at least 1 pair of parallel sides. To construct the bisector of a given angle, given an angle ABC, we have to first construct its bisector. Steps of construction. Step 1. Taking B as center and any radius, draw an arc to intersect the rays BA and BC, say at E and D respectively. Step 2. With D as center and radius more than half of DE, draw an arc in the interior of angle ABC. Step 3. With E as center and radius more than half of DE, draw an arc in the interior of angle ABC. Step 4. Let the intersection point be F. Join BF. This ray BF is the required bisector of the angle ABC. Join DF and EF. Consider the triangles BEF and BDF. BE equals to BD as they are the radii of the same arc. As EF and DF are arcs of equal radii, EF is equal to DF. As BF is common to both triangles, BF equal to BF. So by SSS axiom of congruence, we have triangle BEF congruent to triangle BDF. Now angle EBF is equal to angle DBF as they are corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Hence, the ray BF is the angular bisector of the given angle ABC. Required to construct the perpendicular bisector of a given line segment. Given a line segment AB, we have to construct its perpendicular bisector. Steps of construction. Step 1. With A as center and radius more than half of AB, draw arcs on both sides of the line segment AB. Step 2. Without changing the legs of compass, with B as center, draw arcs to cut the previous arcs on both sides of the line segment AB. Step 3. Let the intersection points of these arcs be P and Q respectively. Join PQ. Step 4. Let PQ intersect AB at M. Then the line PMQ is the required perpendicular bisector of AB. Let us see how this method gives us the perpendicular bisector of AB. Join A and B to both P and Q to form AP, AQ, BP and BQ. In triangle PAQ and PBQ, AP equal to BP as they are arcs of equal radii. AQ equal to BQ as they are arcs of equal radii. PQ is common to both triangles, so PQ equal to PQ. So by SSS axiom of congruency of triangles, triangle PAQ is congruent to triangle PBQ. So angle APM is equal to angle BPM as they are congruent parts of congruent triangles. Now in triangles PMA and PMB, AP equal to BP as they are arcs of equal radii. As PM is the common side, it is equal. We have proved that the angle APM is equal to angle BPM. So, by SAS axiom of congruency, triangle PMA is congruent to triangle PMB. Thus, we have AM equal to BM and angle PMA equal to angle PMB as they are congruent parts of congruent triangles. Angle PMA and angle PMB are a linear pair of angles and the sum of linear pair of angles is equal to 180 degrees. So we get angle PMA plus angle PMB such that angle CAB equal to 60 degrees. Steps of construction. Step 1. Taking A as center and some convenient radius, draw an arc of a circle which intersects AB, say at a point D. Step 2. Without changing the legs of the compass and taking D as center, draw an arc intersecting the previously drawn arc, say at a point E. Step 3. 30 degrees at the initial point of the given ray. Let us take a ray AB with an initial point A. We want to construct a ray AC such that angle CAB equal to 60 degrees. To do this, we first need to construct an angle of 60 degrees at A and then bisect it to get 30 degrees. Step 2. With A as center and any convenient radius, draw an arc to cut AB. Name it as D. Step 3. With D as center and same radius, cut the previous arc and name it as E. Step 4. Join A. (60 degrees). To construct an angle with a measure of 30 degrees, at least 5 measurements are required to construct a quadrilateral.